Hello creative people and welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna decorate the area around my museum. My museum is located on the hill, on the double hill at the very left top corner of my island. And I'm starting with putting the design for the way, kind of a little plaza in front of the museum, which I created myself. It's looking a little bit faded on this ground because I originally was trying it on one of the dirt paths, I think, in original provided pathing in the game. So when it's placed on it, it's looking a little bit darker, but here I didn't keep in mind to check it on the grass. Let's see, maybe one day I will update the color palette, maybe I will keep it this way, but for now I think it's still okay. Will be not commenting too much during this video because I will just let the hard work speak for itself. But I will be tuning in once in a while and explaining what's going on if it will become too messy. So enjoy so far and I will hear you later. Hi! So we arrived at the area where I think I need to comment a little bit. What's going on here? I tried to create kind of a 3D effect of the little plateau where my exponent will be exhibited. And I'm trying to place it here on the floor. However, I always have a problem with placing it in the right order, so that's becoming here a little bit messy. And I don't know, I was trying to achieve this 3D effect, which I think looking fine in the front, but in the back it's not totally okay. And the color, maybe one day I have to update this very light gray, maybe to put it a little bit like worn off, maybe to match it a little bit more with the staircase, or maybe let it like this, and like that it has a little bit more of the modern effect, like it's really the museum is up to date, it's still having something old to present, but it's placing its exponents on a very fancy new platforms which are specifically created for this purpose. So if you want to let me know in the comment which way is looking better, or maybe should I tune it down, this vibrancy of these plateaus or not, I would appreciate some advice. Here I went to collect some greenery, so to start to decorate a little bit the landscape. And at this point, of course, the shower has to break. So here my patient was over and I decided to take a little break. I come back to the game in the evening time inside of the game. And I think now my still wearing on the face Halloween mask is quite funny. I was playing for the first time Halloween in Animal Crossing, and I was not giving all of the treats to my villagers, so they really play a lot of tricks on me, and I have a lot of photos where my face was really funny. So I decided to keep it for a while I'm decorating here the museum. And though the lighting right now is a little bit more difficult to see, I think the sky view is just amazing during this hour, so I just kept building it this time, because it's so beautiful. If you look at the background, the sunset, which is still fading, it's really beautiful. And here I'm trying to decorate the area around the museum with a little bit of plants and so on, trying to make like a little botanical garden close to it, where my statues and so on will be also presented. New day, new build. So we continue a bit on the second level of the plateau. And here I decided to try not this super gray plateaus for the exhibits, but try to put the tiles which are matching the plaza. And I still think the gray one are looking a little bit better, so I might change it a bit later. And of course, I was getting locked in that I could not get out of my decoration area all the time. So it was a lot of back and forth, and this little cannon, I could not place it well. I could not turn it, I could not place it well, so it was really back and forth, and I could not get down. I didn't took the staircase. This was quite funny. Sometimes it's just the struggle and this placement of objects in Animal Crossing, and I think the ones who build a lot will also understand what's going on here. But all things good, we have a little presentation for pirate goodies, and maybe one day I will get some more of that, maybe like costume, maybe like the hat, something else to put there. Here, this statue of the naked thinking man was quite tough to place. Also, this little corner, I didn't manage to put anything there, which is behind the fence. And I think this corner really cannot place anything there. Maybe I tried to plant a bush there, maybe that will work, but the trees are really not working on this kind of position. Also, I could not try this little trick where I've seen where people planting the trees at the end of the hill, where they make like kind of a double corner, and then they put some water escape under this placement, and then they dig the hole right in the corner of the next plateau, and then they can plant the tree there. But here I could not do that because I have the staircase there, so it was not possible. And what I'm doing here, actually, I'm planting some trees to get some variation in size of the trees. So I will time travel a bit after to collect them in a different sizes, so I can do a little bit of landscaping, which is a bit more interesting, not just all of the trees fully grown, to make a little bit of the nicer view. And I will do that with fruit trees and also with cedar trees. Yes, long time no see in the shop. Usually I try to go there every day to buy everything which they have to grow my catalog. But as you might notice, I have been to some treasure islands in this case, in this island. So it's also the way to grow your catalog, because you can go back then and buy everything you already had brought from the treasure island. Here I'm going to travel in the time, and look at that. My little tree saplings have grown and they're very cute now. This is my favorite size. These are the most cute trees ever. And let's see where I will be able to place them. And I will do the same one more time in time travel, and then we will go back to decorating. Alright, so all the trees are collected in different sizes. Now I have a little variety. Okay, I didn't wait to the third stage of the tree growing because I think the large young tree I think is already nearly the same size as a normal tree, just without the fruit giving. So I didn't wait until that to grow them. Maybe I will add them one day somewhere. So now, if you want to skip this part, you can just go on to the minute 31 or 32. Because here will be a little bit of struggle. Also, me and my staircase placement here are very funny. I'm trying to do here this trick where I've seen where people grow their trees at the end, at the really end of the hill, which is normally impossible to plant the trees. So I was trying different variation how to do that. I was actually having a lot of trial and error here. And this was a little bit of the pain. And I didn't succeed. I thought, okay, if this works this way placement, maybe it should work also another way. I will just dig some water under the hill in whatever way. I tried to place here the tree and it was telling me, no, it's not possible. That's because I still have one plateau missing in the middle of this construction. So I have to go back, put the plateau back, and then go back up, try to plant the tree, and so on and so on. So in this case, the tree planting will work again. It will still not work. Yeah, but here I was still not satisfied because what happened, I was still having an extra plateau at the back. As you see on the right, there is still one whole level of plateau which I cannot remove anymore. So I understood that actually in the straight line you will be not able to plant several trees close to each other at the edge of the hill. But I think for the solution maybe in the diagonal hill, that should be probably working. So this was a lot of struggle and pain. And I did like 3 tries of all of that from the beginning, back and forth and back and forth. The stubbornness level here and the patience is quite admirable. But yeah, at the end I give up and I had to leave with one of the solution, which was kind of to the end, and that's it. That I still had a little bit of place. But then at the end, this piece which I could not remove of the hill, which was staying there, I still could use it. I could finally place my naked thinking man statue there, and it found actually a quite reasonable place to be displayed there. So all good things are finishing. Here I'm checking if the terraforming is still making sense for my face of the island, and yeah, still working on this area. So here, same struggle. I tried different variation. Okay, water downstairs, less plateau, and so on. And I think at this point it could be very funny. I didn't think about it at the beginning when I was recording, as I'm new to recording my game. But it could be really funny at this point if I would just stand there and use the crying emotion and just stand there and cry for a while. I think this will be a very funny moment inside of this video. But maybe next time I will use it if I come over this kind of situation again. But all struggle come to the end. I decided, okay, I have to give up. I have to keep one part of the plateau on the left exist. And as I mentioned earlier, I could place finally the statue there, which is looking not so bad as well. All right, let's get rid of the water, which is was also quite cute there, but I had to remove it because I have a landscaping, otherwise more water will be conflicting with it. Alright, so the statue of the thinking man is gonna stay here. Let's just turn him in some better position. We try a little bit back, forth, left, like that. I'm not sure if you should sit with his back or the bottom to the visitors. First thing you arrive at the museum, you see the bottom of the thinking man. Alright, let's turn him a little bit more and see what's making sense. The front is also kind of, I'm not sure, it's like, will be not having very quiet place to think like that. So, this was the decoration of this part, and there is still a lot to do. But for now, let's take a tour. This whole area will be like the main entrance. I think it should be the main entrance because of the staircase. But for now, I will put it a bit later. I have to think what I want to put there. Still here a lot of green grass left. Maybe I can also place some design on these areas. But for now, the first thing you arrive at the museum, you have a grand staircase, and then you can start to do the tourist and take some photos. For example, you are interested in the pirate worlds, and you can take some cute photos in here. You can also zoom in and make maybe a little bit better photo. So let's try that. Cute, so cute. So the next stop is the staircase. Yeah, you can also warm up before you go in the huge museum and run a little bit around the staircase. And then you arrive at the exhibit of some old statues, stone, ruins of whatever old world it is. And then you have actually very funny skeleton, which is looking very different than your own figure in Animal Crossing. And I think the tableau in front of it says the humans who play Animal Crossing since 2001, they had this kind of skeleton. I think this is the story behind this exhibit. And then we go up. No? But wait, we don't go up immediately. We take the photo in here as well, because it's also quite cute, presentable spot. Yes. If you go to the good level, you can even see some dinosaur skeletons in the back. Let's see if we will manage that. Oh yes, the head of the Brachiosaurus. Cute. Very well. Oh, big stare at the statue. Alright, now we arrived to one of my favorite spots of the view, which is the ruined arch. And we have some dinosaur fossils which are open and built up, displayed here. We have the head of the T-Rex, we have the mammoth, and of course you stare at the whole big statue as well here. And Brachiosaurus is really impressive on the back there. Oh, that's a beautiful view. I think that's quite well turned out. So I want to decorate the whole area on the right from this view as well, maybe with a little bit more fossils. Or not with fossils, but with the skeletons of the dinosaurs. I still have the Triceratops, which I think should definitely be presented, like it's one of the most famous dinosaurs. But here it's the perfect photographic spot. You can take a lot of photos in here. Yeah, and then there is a beautiful view to the botanical garden, which is presenting some old trees and really beautiful. Yeah, I like this view as well a lot. Yay, one more photo! Okay, this should be the impression of the colossal size of the Brachiosaurus. Yes, and of course you can also take some picture yourself when you're traveling in my island. Maybe one day I can upload it as a dream address when it's finished. I never did that as well, so I can try that one day. And of course we have another visit here of the other dinosaurs. We have a T-Rex, we have a Diplodocus, we have Brachiosaurus here. And some old looking plants which are also kind of belonging to the atmosphere here. Yes, let's take the photo of the T-Rex. He's impressive. What? He was 9 meters long, 9 meters tall. What? How many tons did he weigh? This is very huge. Wow. This is still impressive. The dinosaurs were so big. It's really impressive. Imagine if human would be this size. Wow. So here I also have a very funny spot actually. If you play, the figure is standing close to the T-Rex, behind it in a very good position. They could be trying to scare the T-Rex here. But if you place yourself like in a very good position, you can pretend like T-Rex is eating your head. Like you're being attacked by the T-Rex. So this is quite funny. Let's try that. Don't have the scared emotion or something like that yet. Should try something. Yeah, this angle was good. Yeah, this way. Yeah, could be funny. So there are some cute, funny views in here. I think they turned out quite well. Yes, I'm happy with that. The floor is a bit empty. Maybe I need to put a little bit more designs on the floor, which are presenting like the grass or something else, and to be that. So we arrive at the little bit more civilized area. We have the plaza where the Statue of Liberty, and we have the astronaut costume. And look at that. I'm trying to pose like the Statue of Liberty here. If you really use a good emotion, yeah. If you could hold, maybe there is something to hold in the hand. You can hold and do the photo like that. Try to imitate the Lady Liberty. Yes, and the neck of the Brachiosaurus is also visible from this view, which I also like, which is quite cute. Up, look. This way, up, you have your same arm up. So it's quite funny. And this is our museum. Museum looks a little bit empty now. I don't know, something's still missing in this area. Need to add a little bit more stuff. Please give me your ideas and help. This will be very useful to see. Okay. Then we have here some stuff standing around, some ancient masks, some ancient busts, and we also have very pretty view to the botanical garden in the back with a huge bonsai tree, and it's also very nice photographable spot around the museum. Of course, you also have to use the right emotion here to get the perfect photo, but look, this way it's like I'm holding the bust on my head. Ha ha ha. So funny. These little joys of playing Animal Crossing, there are just so many cute moments. Look at that. That's funny. Let's make some funny face. Yes, this is funny. Yes, she looks and I stare. Great. This is wonderful. Alright, so more or less we're done here with the tour of my museum decoration so far, the progress. I would call it part 1. Let's see if there will be part 2, 3 or maybe 4. I don't know, I think in 2 parts we will be done with this job here. But for now, I think this is already a long enough video, otherwise it's way too long. Let me know, what do you think so far? What would you add maybe to already decorated area in my museum? What do you think I should maybe remove, maybe redo, maybe something is not making sense? But I think so far it's quite interesting museum to visit. I would totally love to go there and travel and have a look what's going on there. So, thank you for watching, and I'm looking forward to your comments. This is also a very beautiful view. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!